Hello, very good morning students. Here Sonu sir with next video, and today we are going to discuss on very important topic of English grammar. And in that, as you know, we are learning in English medium school. So while speaking fluently English, we have to know and understand actually the basic grammars and portions of that. So in that today I am starting for all class students of 6th some basic things of grammar of English, and in that I have chosen topic sentence. So as you know, a group of words called sentence. As we know, a group of words called sentence. So we can divide in 4 types for sentences, learning of using sentence in different types of tenses. So today I am going to teach about tense, which is very important and needed in our further speaking of English and while writing in proper grammatical and in proper manner. So students, topic is written here. So how can we use sentences in our tense, and how can we recognize that what the rules are applied in grammar can be referred to sentences? So for that I have simply categorized sentences in 4 ways. And in first way we see that simple sentence. So what is simple sentence? Before I teach simple sentence, I have to teach further these 3 which are given below the simple sentence. And in that, first is negative sentence. So as we know, sentences in which the uses of no, not, something like that has been used are negative sentence, like he is not playing, he is not working, I have no pen, or I am not learning. Okay, so uses of not or negative words are in the category of negative sentence. So it is very easy to understand in which sentence there the words like no or not has been used is in category of negative sentence. And further we see interrogative sentence. So interrogative sentence, in the sentence in that there is some questions has been asked. Okay, who are you and why are you going? Do you working? Do you go to school? So sentences like asking questions are interrogative sentences. And we will see further that if helping verbs are used firstly in the structure of sentence, also we can recognize like a interrogative sentence. And after that there is interrogative negative sentence. So in that, at the same time, sentence is asking question and there is use of no and not at the same time. So negative sentence in that use of no and not. Interrogative questions have been asked there, or interrogative negative sentence in that no or not has been used and at the same time questions are asked. I will further explain this all. So first you have to remember, I have already told that while I am making my video, you have to take pen or note to write these all things in my way, so you can understand easily. So now it is a turn of simple sentence. So you are thinking that why sir has not told about this simple sentence. So sentence which are not negative means in that sentence there is no use of no or not. in that type of sentences there is not ask any question or queries. In that type of sentences there is no questions, and the use of no and not is the simple sentence. So in the simple word, if there is no symbol of these three type of sentence is simple sentence. So it is a simple way to understand. If there is sentence given, so I have a sentence that my name is so Singh. So check this sentence. Is this a negative sentence? There is use of no or not? No. Okay, so this is not a negative sentence. Then we have to check, is this an interrogative sentence? There is any question asked? No. It is not interrogative sentence. Then is this an interrogative negative sentence? Is there is any question asked, and is there is use of no or not? So there is not use of these all things. So this is simple sentence. So sentence which are not used of no or not. Okay, nothing question has been asked there, or interrogative negative means both use of no or not and questions. So except these all sentences are simple sentences. So this formula you have to understood, and when I am going to elaborate the uses of these sentences in the rule of grammar of the tense, so it will very needed that time. So remind these all things. Now I am going to further explain the structure of sentences used in these type of sentences, in simple sentence, in negative sentence, or interrogative sentence, in interrogative negative sentence. Now we have to change our topic, structure of sentence. Structure means how we place the old words in a sentence, which words will come first, which words shall come second. So these all things are structure of sentences. And for that we have categorized 4 types of sentences, and in that this structure of sentence rule will follow up. Okay, simple sentence if we see, in that first we have to write subject, or this structure formula can be applicable on recognition of sentences, that which sentence is simple or which sentence is negative, interrogative, or interrogative negative. So this formula will be applicable. Subject, then helping verb, then verb, and then object. Subject, helping verb, then object. So this is and full stop. This is the formula or structure of simple sentence. Okay, if there is simple sentence, you have to write first subject or helping verb, then object. If it is given, or in some sentence of rule or tense of rule, if there is not use of helping verb, then this series will be line up there and applicable. Subject, then verb, then object. So this is the structure of simple sentence. Now we move on negative sentence. It's very simple. Subject, helping verb, plus not, plus verb, then object. As I have told previously, and I have said previously, that in negative sentence, the simple difference of simple sentence and negative, there is changes and difference of not in between of helping verb and verb. Then if we see in interrogative sentence, so in interrogative sentence there is helping verb is given in the starting of sentence. Helping verb, then subject, then verb, then object, question mark. Always question mark should be there. So interrogative sentence helping verb should be in starting, then subject, then verb, then object. And just simple change in interrogative negative sentence, helping verb, subject, not verb plus object, and question mark also has to be there. So students, as we know that you are just starting in the grammar, so I have to elaborate all the words. Subject, as you know, in the sentence, what the sentence tells about is subject. Who is there? Subject in that the whole sentence depends on that, or the whole sentence says the story of subject. So you have to recognize like that. Then helping verb who supports the verb. Okay, verb, what we do, working, doing, and object. Okay, what is the conclusion of subject? Okay, what is the destination or conclusion of subject is object. So like that, this structure has to be written by yourself, and this formula is going to apply in the tenses, that how tenses are divided and how the words and sentence are structured in that, and by that how can we speak fluently English, and what the grammar mistakes has been or had been by us, we can check that. Okay students, now so we start our tense. So as we know simply that there are three types of tenses, past, present, and future. I am writing in chronological series. So if we see about present, there are four parts in all kinds of tenses. In present or past or future, the same kinds are there or types are there. First is indefinite, or in other language we can say simple. Okay. Second, continuous. Third, perfect. Fourth, perfect continuous. So, like we have, talk about four types of sentences which are simple, negative, interrogative, and interrogative negative, and we check that sentences which are not negative, which are not interrogative, and at the same time which are not interrogative negative are simple sentences. So the recognition of this sentence type or tense type, that in present tense how can we say or how can we recognize that in present indefinite tense, how can we recognize? So first we have to understand, if there is phenomena or incident of present time is called present tense. So the incident of present times are in present tense, and in that there are four parts. First we have to say present indefinite tense or present simple tense. How can we recognize that? So before we start recognizing present indefinite tense, I have to say about present continuous tense and perfect continuous. Okay, it will be easy to understand. What is present continuous tense? Okay, so the incident of present time, it is very clear, the incident of present time which is running on, which is continuously running on, like he is playing, he is working, he is doing a good job, okay, he is writing, she is helping her mother. So this type of sentences are of present continuous tense. So tense or sentences which are of present tense and at the same time which are in running process or running continuously are of present continuous tense. This is recognition of present continuous tense. Okay. Further we see present perfect tense. What is that? Incident of present time in that the work has been accomplished or the work has completed or has to be completed. So this is the recognition of present perfect tense. I have to give some examples, like I have done this work, he has completed his work, she has prepared lunch and all. So sentence in which the work has accomplished or the work has finished or over or completed are in the category of present perfect tense. So incidents of present time in which the work has been completed or accomplished or over or finished. So we can recognize that this is the sentence of present perfect tense. Okay, so we see that continuous past, the sentence in which the work is in continuous process or in running process, and in perfect tense the work of present time which are completed, which are fully completed, are of present perfect tense. Now we move on perfect continuous, and if we see the meaning of that word, continuous means continuously processing something, and perfect means completed or fully completed or perfect continuous. So in perfect continuous, the incidents of present time in which some work has been completed and some works are running on. Some works are completed, or some work is completed of the part, only partial work of full work has been completed or has completed, and some work is running on. So we can categorize or understood by perfect continuous tense, or if we see present tense, present perfect continuous tense. So incidents of present time, works of present times or incidents of present times mean that some works has finished or completed or over, accomplished, or some work is running on. Okay, I have examples. He is doing study since morning. So if we see, if someone is doing study from starting of morning or since morning, so we can say that he has completed some work. If we see at 10 a.m. or if we see at 9 a.m. further from he started. So if we see at any point of time, so we find that he or she has completed some part of work. If someone is reading since morning or for 2 days, he is running for 2 days. So he has been completed or he had completed half part or some part of that run. Like that, in this phenomena, in this sentence, we have to understand the incident of present time. If we see present perfect continuous, the incident of present time in that some work has been accomplished or has accomplished and some work is running on. and in that we use to express the time since and for. Since used as the actual time and for is used unbiased. So, okay, like he is doing a work for 2 days. So 2 days is mentioned. There is not mentioned any date, any particular time. Is that is morning, is that is evening or afternoon. So this used as FOR, and where it is given morning, evening, date of January, month, and year. So these all are used with since. Okay. So firstly, I have told, if we have to understand the recognition of indefinite tense, we have to understand continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. As we discussed, for continuous, the verb of present time which is running on is continuous tense. The verb of present time which is completed is perfect tense. The verb of present time or incident of present time which is partially completed or partially running on is present perfect continuous. Okay. So now it is a time of simple tense or indefinite tense of present. So present indefinite tense, the incident of present time in which the incident is not running on, is not completed, is not partially completed or partially running on, is indefinite tense. So sentence which is not continuous tense, sentence of which is not of perfect tense, which is not of perfect continuous tense, is automatically of indefinite tense. Understood? It is automatically of indefinite tense. This is the simple way to recognize that which sentence is of which tense. Okay, students? Now we move on of present indefinite tense. So in present indefinite tense, first we have to learn what are the helping verbs of present indefinite tense, that are do and does. If we see the uses of these both helping verbs, does is used with singular verb or singular subject, and do is used with plural subject. So, if we see first difference of do and does, so does is used with singular subject, do is used with plural subject. And if we see in singular, he, she, it, Ram, Syam, and etc. So, this all singular subject are used with does, and here we, they, okay, and our plural like villages, people, all plural words are used with do. But there are two words or two subjects, I and you. These words are, if we see, singular, that I am going, I is a singular word, but in the universal phenomena we see, company can also say that I am doing good work. So company is not a single or singular subject. So I and you, sometimes you is for one person and sometimes you is for a group of person. So these both words, I and you, has to use with do. Okay, so this has to be understood. Okay, so the rule of present indefinite tense we have to discuss. First rule. In simple sentence of present indefinite, helping verb will not use. Helping verb will not use. I have discussed about how we can recognize the simple sentence. If there is simple sentence of simple sentence of present indefinite tense, the first rule is there, helping verb will not in use. Okay, like he plays. He plays. Now you are thinking that why the S word is there after play. So this is rule number second. In simple sentence of present indefinite tense, the use of helping verb of do or does will not in, and if there is singular subject, then we have to add S or ES with the verb. Okay, so two rules are there. First is in simple sentences, helping verb, simple sentence of present indefinite, helping verb will not in use, and second, S or ES will be added with the verb. S will added S or ES only when there is singular subject, or if there is plural subject, so verb will as it is. So if we see examples, he plays, so there is singular subject, and if we change this subject, this is he, if we change this in V, so S will be out there from there. So this is simple formula. You have to understand that if there is simple sentence of present indefinite tense, helping verb will not in use, and except that if there is singular subject, the S or ES will be added in the verb of sentence, and if there is plural sentence, the verb should be as it is. Okay, two rules are there of simple sentence. Okay, these two will have to raise. Then third rule, except simple sentence, do does will compulsory use. Except simple sentence, if we see in negative sentence, if we see in interrogative sentence, if we see in interrogative negative sentence, the use of do and does will be compulsory, but not in simple sentence. Okay, this is have to understand. Now if we see further rules, so these three rules are important of present indefinite tense. So students, I remember that in the class 5th I have been discussed about present indefinite tense, and students have done some homework in their previous classes. So, but I am repeating for those who are new students and new admissions, and repetition for old students also. So your first homework is there, where at least 10 to 20 sentences of present indefinite tense. Now we move on for the present continuous tense. At least we have to finish present tense. In next video we can study further. Second is present continuous tense. So helping verb is there is, are, and am. Like that, is with singular subject, are is with plural, and am is always used with I. Okay, this is clearly used with I, never used with other words or subject. So is, are, am, and in that, what is the change in verb? Students, you have to understand, in grammar or tense, two changes are there. First, how we use helping verbs with subject, and second is what is the adding or changes in verb. So in the verb we use ing, verb plus ing, like he is playing. Okay, he is singular subject, then is used there. Are, we are playing. Okay. If we change this only sentence in the old form, I am playing. Okay. So, and like present in different tense, in this there is not foundation and there is not unuse of helping verb. All time helping verb is used, okay, in all type of sentence, as well as of simple sentence, as well as negative, as well as interrogative negative, as well as. So all in sentences helping verb has to use, and this is simple formula object is are helping verbs of present continuous tense. We have to plus ing with verb. Okay. So 10 to 20 sentence of this continuous tense also has to be written in homework. Now, if we move on, present perfect tense. So students, we have discussed that present continuous means the incidents of present times in that the work is running on or work has to running on. But in perfect tense we have discussed present perfect tense, the incidents of present times in that work has to be accomplished or work has to be completed. And helping verbs are has and have. Has and have. In that, has is singular subject, have is plural. Like exception, I, you, have to use have. And plurals like we, they, and all plurals. And in that singular, he, she, it, and all singulars. So I have told that in grammar or tense, two changes are always there. First, of helping verb, then use of helping verb. Third is changes in verb. So for present perfect tense, the third form of verb will used always. The third form of verb will used always. So the third form of verb will be used always. For example, we see I have completed my work. So completed is the third form of complete. this sentence in negative sentence, I have not completed my work. If we change this particular sentence in interrogative sentence, have I completed my work? Question mark. If we change this sentence particularly in present continuous, interrogative or negative sentence, which interrogative negative sentence in that sentence? So, have I not completed my work? So, present perfect tense, the incidents of present time in which the work has accomplished or completed, are helping verbs, has is used with singular subject, have is used with plural subject, and third form of verb will be in use always there. So, this was the rule of present perfect tense. Now present perfect continuous. As we discussed, present perfect continuous. So sentences of present time in which incidents are partially completed and partially running on. Okay? If we see in helping verb, that is has been or and have been. Like has and have, this used with plural and this is singular. This is used with singular. Like we, they, I, you. Here he, she, it, and all singulars. Here all plurals. So as we discussed incident of present times, in that partial work has completed and some work is running on. Like if you see in examples, she is reading since morning. Okay. Ram is working for 2 days. So students, as I have told that since has been used with absolute time and for is used with bias time. So I have discussed about all parts of present tense and elaborated all helping verbs, used of them, rules of it. And for this video I am going to end, but there is homework. You have to complete all rules and system of this present tense and have to send on homeworks, and in next video I will explain of past tense 4 types and future tense 4 types. And if there is any correction or any things which are not understood or making confusion, you have to ask to me. Okay, so till then, have a nice day, do your homework in time and send your new ideas further for these sentences or grammars or rules. You can experiment by your own ideas and knowledge of English, so try for that. Till then, all the best, have a nice day.